I call that they don't like to see you winning. They wanna see you in a penitentiary. I need me a little baby who gon' listen. Girl, I don't wanna be the one you ignorant. My mama told me, boy, make a decision.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Clutch Talk podcast /YouTube/ We Do It All. And as always, we got Junior and Jaylin. How y'all doing, my guys? How y'all doing?
Doing good.
And we got a special guest, Ben. Man, Ben, how you doing, man? This is our first real official guest on the show, Ben. We excited to have you on. Talk to us, Ben. Let the fans know how you doing, who you are, but a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, man, I'm excited to be on here. Me and John used to room back in the day. And I'm just excited to talk basketball right now. I coach basketball now, and I'm excited to just get into this, man. I'm just excited.
Let's do this, man. Exactly. So today, y'all, we got a real special episode on schedule. We got the top 10 under 25, man. But before we jump into that, man, I want to say one thing. Our league is in great hands. Like, I was making this list, and literally the 10th player has potential to be the face of the league in a couple of years, which is insane. It's just insane to look at. So, man, I'm really excited. The top 5 was really hard to differentiate, however you say that word. It was real hard to figure out who's top 5, but I'm excited to hear you guys' top. Excited to hear you guys' top 10. Before we get into it, we're going to start with an honorable mention. So my honorable mention that I want to mention is Jaylin Brown, the 24-year-old. He has been having a great year this year. He's having a career highs year and averaging 28 points per game, shooting 42% from the field. He ranks first in NBA for fast break points. And one thing I mentioned on the last episode is before the age of 25, he's been to 3 Eastern Conference Finals, which is like insane exposure, and that's going to give him so much help when he does grow older, and he's going to have a lot more game. How you guys feel about Jaylin Brown, and who's your honorable mention?
Well, for me, my honorable mention, I don't have him in my top 10 actually. It's Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray is for sure. He's only 23 years old, which is crazy, and he's already averaging 18 points and like four rebounds and like 6 assists already, and he really showed what he could do in the playoffs this year or last year, and his future is looking bright so far. You know, with him paired up with someone like Jokic, is like the ceiling is the roof, as Michael Jordan would say.
Okay.
Yeah, for mine, I actually put Ja Morant, and the dude is a bucket. I mean, he's averaging 26. He's only played a couple games because he got injured, but man, like his athleticism's crazy. I think, man, like he's really starting to get into a role being able to survey the floor. I think the thing that really stops him, honestly, is his team does not want to pass the ball or play as a team. But like, in all honesty, like he's getting buckets and he's carrying that. And like John said, like he could be the face of the league in just a couple years, which is crazy. And the dude's only 20. Like, I'm 21. Like, that's crazy. Like, he's just bought. It's humbling to see.
For real.
So that was my honorable mention.
Man, so for mine, John, you said it was tough for you to pick the top 5. For me, it was tough to pick the last 5 because it's all close. For me, honestly, 5 to like 15, you could probably move them around, and number 15 could make an argument for being in the top 10, so it's tough. But my essentially number 11 was Jaylin Brown as well. You hit on all the right points. 3 Eastern Conference Finals appearances, and honestly, I mean, he's just been insane. This season in particular, actually, at the tail end of the last season and this season in particular, if we were doing something where we're ranking just these, the top 25 players just this season, I actually would put Jaylin Brown probably in that 5th, 6th, 7th spot. But since we're ranking their entire careers, I think Jaylin Brown is just starting to hit his stride as a star in the league. So he just barely missed there, but he's starting off pretty hot already. So he just barely missed out my top 10, but it was close. It was definitely close.
Okay. All right. So then no further ado, let's jump into it, y'all. So my number 10 is Jaylin honorable mention. I got Jamal Murray, man. I got the 23-year-old who led the Nuggets in scoring last season in the playoffs with 26 points per game, seven assists, 5 rebounds, shot 50% from the field and shot 45% from three. And something I want to bring up that's insane is the man's been in the league for 5 years. His three-point percentage has never been below 35%, and his field goal percentage has never been below 44%. And something that Junior always mentions on this podcast is the best type of ability is availability, man.
Yes, sir.
So Jamal Murray's rookie and sophomore year, he played all 82 games. His third year, he only missed 5 games. And last season, he played all 63 games. So, like, the man is extremely efficient player, shoots the three, gets to the hoop. He does a little bit of everything, and he plays. You know, a lot of people, they do all this, but then they don't play, you know. So I had to go Jamal Murray at my 10th spot. Who you guys have at your 10th spot?
For me, for my number 10, I put Sabonis as my number 10. He has
John is shaking right now.
I can tell he's shaking. But I put him
How's he not number one?
But he's averaging 22 points per game this year and 13 rebounds, 6 assists. He's an all-around player, and he's the star of that Pacers team. He is and they just received Karis LeVert, so that's going to be a really good pick because he's a young player too. So they're both going to be working well together, in my opinion.
Got you.
My number 10.
Oh, go ahead, Ben. No, you go.
I actually have Bam Adebayo. Dude's 22. I put him. It's hard, man. It's hard to pick these players, but I really just put him up there because, man, that dude went to the finals. Like they really just got buckets last year, and on top of that, this year, you know, doing pretty good. 17, 9-5. Like, I think the crazy part too is that, like, he could go off for like 25, 12 rebounds, but he plays in the system, and like that's what I love about it is that like his team. Like, on talent-wise, they're better than, like, Ja Morant and, like, the Memphis. But they play so much as a team. Like, and I love that. And I love that he just buys into a system. And so, like, at 22 to already have that IQ and is willing to do that, like, that is ridiculous to me. So I put him at 10.
Definitely. I feel that.
That's a good pick for sure. For my 10th, I had to go with somebody that I know John's not going to agree with. But I actually had to go with that man, Ben Simmons. I'm going to tell you why, because we're talking careers here, all right? Now, it was tough for me. It was tough deciding between Simmons and Brown. Brown has the accolades, the team accolades, 3 Eastern Conference Finals appearances, like we said, and he has been a better player lately. But Simmons has the personal accolades. First, he was Rookie of the Year. Second, he was a steals leader last year. He was in the All-NBA and All-Defensive team last year. So, he's got the personal accolades to be making that case. He was, just that Kawhi shot away from having an Eastern Conference Final appearance as well. His career numbers are 16, 8, and 8, which is pretty close to a triple-double, right? Last year, he was at 13, 7, and 9, which is okay, but he's averaging 2 steals a game. That's the league-leading 2 steals a game. And he's lauded for his defense. Like, he's a solid defender who can keep up with most guards. Because he can keep up with most guards, and he's too tall for them, which is a huge advantage, right? And I get it that he's a bad shooter, but there's other factors to the game. I know shooting is arguably the most important factor in the game nowadays, but there are other facets of the game. And he's shooting 50% from 3. He's 1 for 2, right? I mean, can you go against 50%? No, but on top of all that, this man is still a rookie. This man is still a rookie. No, I'm kidding. But when we're looking at just careers overall, there's no way I couldn't include Ben Simmons in my top 10. I know John probably wants me to log out right now, but I think he's done enough in his career right now to deserve his place in the top 10.
All right. I can respect that. I can respect that. So then moving on to our 9th spot. So for my 9th spot, I got Sabonis, man. I got this double machine, y'all. Right now he's averaging 22 points per game, 12 rebounds, 6 assists, shooting 56% from the field. He leads the Pacers in rebounding, field goal percentage, second in assists, second in scoring. And last season, he was second to Giannis for most double-doubles in the entire league. And again, just like Murray Jr., what's the best type of ability?
Availability.
Exactly, because his first year he played all 82 games. Second and third year only missed 6 games. Last year played all 63 until he got hurt in the bubble. But I think Sabonis is an absolute great player, and the reason I have him over Murray is because Sabonis can affect the game without scoring. Like if Murray isn't scoring or passing the ball, he to pass and to score, you have to have the ball in your hands. Sabonis can rebound, play defense, run the lane, so he can impact the game a lot more than just in one way like Murray can. But who you guys have for your number 9?
Let me ask you something real quick, John, before we leave Sabonis. So last pod we talked about how the Pacers are actually kind of a sleeper team and they're nice. Losing Oladipo but adding Karis LeVert, you think that makes them better or worse?
I think that they need that time to mesh with Karis LeVert, because I think that you take Karis LeVert as a player and Victor Oladipo as a player. I'm taking Victor Oladipo, but Karis LeVert might fit better on that team. Karis LeVert might fit better on that team. So it really is like you got to see. You know what I'm saying? Like in a one-on-one, I'm taking Victor Oladipo 10 times out of 10. But maybe Karis LeVert fits better on that team because he takes less shots. So then Sabonis gets more shots. Malcolm Brogdon gets more shots. Miles Turner gets more shots, and they in turn become better.
It's a good point.
So I guess for my number 9, I put Bam at my number 9. It was Sabonis at number 9 and then Bam at number 10. But since Bam has, that championship experience, I kind of have to put him up. Bam is someone that is still working on his game, and he's only 23. How old is he? 22? 23. He's 23 years old. 23 years old.
Yeah.
He was a starter last year as in the All-Star game. So that alone just tells you his potential. And he's 7 feet, can handle the ball. He's working on his jump shot a little bit, but amazing defender, amazing player, and his potential is crazy, honestly.
You can go next, Junior. We can switch it up a bit if you want.
Yeah. So I also, just like Jaylin, I got Bam in the 9th spot. I think that, he came up and got to the finals. He started his career, he was kind of, in Hassan Whiteside's shadow for a bit when Hassan was over in Miami, but he kind of became his own player. And, a lot of people could make an argument that he actually deserves to be higher, but I think since he just kind of broke into that stardom, I need to give him a little bit more time before putting him higher. But he was a big reason that he got to the final. I think another, Eastern Conference final appearance this year, and he might jump to 5 or 6 in this list, honestly. Like I said, 5 to 15 are just super, super close. He's fantastic. He's played a 19-5-9 this season, and I think that the Heat are just in that second tier of teams in the East, so a trip to the Eastern Conference finals would actually be impressive. The Heat is not a team that I think, they're just going to walk the finals like the Nets or the Bucks. And I think with Jimmy Buckets leading him and leading that team, it's going to help him develop into a better player. So I got Bam at 9. What about you, Ben?
I got Ben Simmons. I didn't know John was feeling this. But this is the reason I think he does have the accolades, and I think he is an amazing player just off like his passing ability. But the reason I have him above Bam, right? And I thought I had him low from most people, right? That's what I'm surprised about. Like I personally thought I had him low, but he's just like a big man. He's just a big man who has handles, right? And my one thing with him, dude, is this man cannot stretch the floor for anything. And it sucks. And what I wish they did with the 76ers is they just had him as a power forward. Because if they had him like that and they had an actual point guard, they'd be unstoppable. But they keep trying to get this dude to get a jump shot. It's not going to happen.
But they kind of did that, though, with JJ Redick, though. They had JJ Redick, because he's a shooting guard, but he's a shooter.
They don't have a point guard. They have Steph Curry, which he's stretching the floor a lot more than Danny Green when he hits shots. But but Ben Simmons is on his own though, amazing passer. The dude averaged like two steals a game last year. Like he is nice. Like he had that nice highlight on LaMelo a couple days ago with the 2 behind the backs on the dish. Mm-hmm. So he's a bucket, and he has been proving himself in the league, but. Man, I just want him to have a jump shot, bro.
Needs a jump shot, man.
But even without it, he's so good at the other things that he does that I think he has.
They're guarding him in the paint.
They're
guarding him in the paint when he's out. But I thought I had him low. That's what I'm surprised about. I thought I had him low, but I guess y'all.
There's just so many good options. It's tough. There's so many good options.
All right. So I guess I guess I'm maybe overhyping Bam because I number 8, I got Bam. I got the 23-year-old man, but that's because the way I'm looking at it is we're talking about a center who, when I watch the Heat, they're like maybe like 7 times out of 10, Bam is bringing the ball down court like a point guard, right? We're talking about a center who brings the ball down court, starts the offense, right? The last season, he averaged, like how Junior mentioned, 16 points per game, 10 rebounds, five assists, 1 steal, 1 block, shot 57% from the field. And personally, last season was supposed to be his breakout season. I think he has another level. I think this season he's going to hit a different level, and I think he'll have a real breakout season this season. And the reason why I have Bam over Sabonis is because Bam Adebayo is a center who can bring the ball down court and guard 1 through 4. He can legit, like you saw against Lakers, he was guarding AD. He was getting torched, but guarding AD. He can guard a point guard. He might not keep up with him as much, but he can stay there. You know what I'm saying? And also he does a little bit of everything. Like as we see, 16 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. You know, so I went with Bam at my A spot. Who you guys have at your A spot?
At my A spot, I put Brandon Ingram. Brandon Ingram might be kind of high to some people, but for me, that's like his perfect spot, number 8, because he isn't, in my opinion, better than like a lot of the players that are like 1 through 7, like that are like later in this episode. But Brandon Ingram, like he's a bucket. He's averaging 24, 7, and 6, shooting 45% from the field. He's efficient and he's a walking buck, 6'9", 6'10", skinny as heck, but he's like skinny strong too. So like you never know. Like that catches a lot of people off guard. And I feel like he's going to be like, he might be like one of the best scorers in a couple of years. He's very efficient, amazing scorer.
For me, I had Brandon Ingram too, right? Bucket. And I'm a Lakers fan, and I've liked him ever since he got drafted. I have to put that in there. But dude, like every year, just all his stats go up. Like, and this man was the most improved last year, All-Star. Like, he's just nice. And I think too is like if he's upgrading everything every year, like his ceiling is ridiculous. And what is he, 22, 23? I don't know exactly. 23. Like, dude, so young again. And now that he has a team that's around him that's actually helping Lonzo like get coached right to have a jump shot and everything, like, and he's just building around with Zion, like, again, like all these people could be the face of the league. It's ridiculous. But yeah.
Man, I'm thinking we all got the same list because I got my boy BI at number 8 as well. It's funny. Man, I got my boy BI. Yeah, me too, just like you, Ben, man. I'm a big Lakers fan. I've been following BI from the beginning, and it took him a little while to find his groove, but the potential was always there, and we knew it, and we said it, and we got called crazy for saying it, and now everybody's seeing it. And we even saw it near the end of this time with the Lakers. It was like, he was starting to just kind of show that, like, to everybody was seeing it at that point. He's a star in this league, like Jaylin said, he's putting up 24 points, 6 assists, 7 rebounds. Those are solid numbers, and I really expect him to keep improving, and I expect the Pelicans to make the playoffs. If he can be firing on all cylinders, with Zion firing on all cylinders as well, there's no reason they shouldn't make the playoffs because they got a good enough supporting cast with Lonzo Ball. They got Steven Adams in there now, and JJ Redick. Like they got a solid squad. There's no reason they shouldn't be making the playoffs. And like we all said, my boy BI is just gonna keep improving. So he's like a KD light, man. He's like that skinny guy where he just hoops and hoops and hoops.
KD light. All right.
The next.
All right. Yeah. I think that because I didn't have Ben Simmons on my list, everyone that you guys have, I have like 1 under because I got BI at 7. I got BI at 7, and I mean, you guys hit everything on the nail. The only thing I want to add is that I think BI definitely deserved most improved over Bam Adebayo this last year, and one of the biggest reasons I think that is because he took on the role of being the best player on the Pelicans this last year. And when you're the best player on a nightly basis, teams they plan the defensive schemes against you, like. That's who they're mainly targeting. And he had this breakout year as the best player. So as all these defenses planning their scheme against how to stop him, still put up these tremendous numbers. And the reason why I have BI over Bam is because to me, BI can do everything that Bam can. He can drive to the hoop. He can play defense on the perimeter and in the paint. But you add a 3-point shot and a mid-range shot to him. And by the way, that 3-point shot is crazy. He's shooting 39% from the field while taking 7 threes per game. Like, that's high clip. That's high clip, man. So definitely I have BI at 7. Who you guys have at 7?
For me, at number 7, I'll put Donovan Mitchell on number 7. Donovan Mitchell, I put him number 7. He averaged 24 points, 3 rebounds, and 5 assists this season. But that isn't talking about like the other seasons, like his past seasons. With his rookie year, he torched the OKC. He's a dog. He's a scoring machine. He is a high volume shooter. That's like the only knock on him, that he's gonna shoot the ball if he has the ball, most definitely. But he's a natural scorer, and I feel like he's like one of the best scorers in the league, and he has potential to be like a scoring champ maybe. He's only 24 years old, and he's shooting 38% from the 3 this year, which isn't that bad, I guess, like his prior seasons. But he is a game changer, and he is the game changer for the Utah Jazz. That's who they need, and I feel like they need to hold on to him as long as they could before other teams see his potential too and start giving him good offers. But I feel like he has a good fit in the Jazz. He's that scorer, so I feel like he's, that's my number 7, Donovan Mitchell.
Man, Jaylin, I think you might be looking at my computer too, because I got Spider at number 7 as well. That's so funny. That's so funny. I got Spider at 7, BI at 8, Bam at 9, and Simmons at 10. That's crazy.
Our number 9 through 7 is on point.
That's crazy, man. But I got Spider as well. Mega underrated. He went toe-to-toe with Jamal Murray. Those 50-point performances, he really steps up when his team needs it. He's got 23, 4, and 4 career numbers. That's pretty nice. He should have won Rookie of the Year that year that Ben Simmons won it when he was a sophomore. But, he gets it done. This year, the most teams on the West have gotten better, where I think the Jazz haven't really gotten better. But they still have a good enough team to make the playoffs. He was shooting 52% on 3-pointers, averaging 36.3 points per game in the playoffs last year. That's insane. He's a beast, and I expect him to keep growing, and I really think he's underrated. And it's crazy too, because that series against Denver put is it Spida or is it Murray? I think it's Spida, and I think, not that it's not close, but I think there's, like I said, Murray didn't crack my list yet, or maybe he won't. We'll see. But I think Spida is just a better player. So I guess I just spoiled that Murray isn't on my list. But but I think Spida is a better player. What about you, Ben? Who do you got for number 7?
Yeah, I'm shocked.
Me too, Ben. Me too, Ben.
First of all, they're 7 and 3 this year. I just want to point that out for the Jazz. Like they're balling. But I need to know the 6 players. I can't wait that you think are better than Donovan.
I can't wait. I just want to butter it out.
I'm ready.
You're naming all these great stats, and I'm like, who could beat that? But I might have it too high. At my 7, actually, I have Karl Anthony Towns.
What?
Man.
Man.
But this is why, right? Is because he gets buckets, but on a trash team, right? And that's my problem, is like, okay, you're getting buckets, but you're not really doing much with it. And that's my thing, is that like he's an amazing player, right? And now he's starting to stretch the floor with the 3. I think last year was like 1. Huh?
Starting to stretch the floor. He's been a good shooter.
He's a really good shooter. He's probably the best shooter on that team. Think about it.
But I mean, who else do they have on that team that's that good of a shooter?
Nah, man, I'm just talking about big men, big men shooters.
Oh yeah, no, I'm saying like he can do it, but like I think my problem is like if we're looking at they don't win, like they don't win, and even now with D'Lo, like they're still not winning, and so he's doing all these buckets and everything, but it's still like, man, like your team's not getting better and you're not improving, and there's like a leader aspect to that, which now he's one of the older guys on this list, but like still, it's like, man, I think he can grow into it, but he just needs to just learn how to he probably is going to have to take less shots or just learn how to just move the ball more, because he's a bucket, but like his team, he still can't carry his team.
He's trash.
So that's why I have him there.
That's harsh, though. I mean, the West is tough. You think if he was in the West, you think if he was in the East, they would be making the playoffs?
The East is pretty good.
Yeah, this year.
They do it hot. They ain't making any playoffs, bro.
Man, that's
All right.
crazy.
That's
All right.
crazy. All right. Well,
Y'all are so shocked.
let's see. All right. So let's move on to number 6. So for my number 6, I got the 24-year-old D Book, man. I got the man currently averaging 23 points per game, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, shooting 48% from the field, 36% from deep. But honestly, what I want to highlight is bubble Devin Booker. Like, that was insane, y'all. Like 30 points per game, six assists, 4 rebounds, 94% from free throw line, 50% from the field, and 31% from 3. And I want to break up a stat that I read here. So when he hit that game winner versus the Clippers, that was his 3rd time hitting a game winner while scoring 35 or more points in a game. The only other people to do that more than 3 times are Kobe, Bird, and Jordan. So like, he is an elite company. And I think that
nice.
I think, I don't know if this is a stretch or not, but next to KD and Harden, he might be one of the next peer scorer, just get buckets, like anywhere on the court.
Rob Ingram, though.
I don't know.
That's
There's
a
a reason
bucket
why there's a reason why I got him over BI. I'm of a look, but my reason, actually, I'm just might as well talk about it because I got BI at 7. But my reason I got D Book over BI is because he scores more and at a better percentage. So that's why I went with D Book at 6. Who do you guys have at 6?
For me, number 6, I put D Book too. Yeah, D Book Junior.
I got D Book.
There we go. We on a trend already. All right, so let's get this in there. But I put D Book at my number 6 spot. He blew off. He blew up in the bubble. He proved that the Suns are a playoff team potentially, but he is on a crappy team. Just like what Ben said. Like he was talking about, Cat isn't that high on his list because he isn't winning that much. But for me, Devin Booker isn't that high on my list because the team isn't good. But if they have more wins, then I would put him higher. But he has potential to be the number 1 spot for sure. But at the moment, he's number 6 for me. What you thinking, Ben?
I actually have Trae Young at number 6. I actually have Devin Booker a little higher. But man, I like what you said. I agree with that. Devin Booker is a bucket, and man, he just be shooting, and he's just a pure scorer. Like he only needs like 1 dribble, which is insane. But I have Trae Young. The dude is young, and man, can he shoot the rock? Like it's ridiculous. Like he really be pulling up. Like you're gonna have to start guarding that dude from half court, which is amazing too. And I think what I like about him so much is that like then that just gives so much more like game to just like John Collins, Cam Reddish. I know Cam Reddish can become like a great scorer. Yeah. It's like even just giving those people, and then just on top of that, like man, like I think their team can be really solid. I think the thing that the reason I have him just even over Karl Anthony Towns is because like I think that their team is better, and I think he plays a little better in the system just off man how he handles it, and also just how people just have to get on him. Like you can't leave him, and so that's so much more open for just passing and stuff. My one thing is that like he needs to just learn how to just like trust his teammates. I think just a little more like. Just letting John Collins just do his thing and just Cam Reddish to get his groove and just, the other players just to grow. But, man, he's 22, and that's, again, ridiculous. Like, he's in the league shooting like that, bro. So, that stuff's crazy to me, yeah.
No, that's crazy. So, for my 6, I actually have D-Book as well, of course, because Jaylin already said my list. but it was actually close, though, for me to pick in between D-Book and Mitchell. But I ended up giving it to Booker just because he has the edge. He has the edge because he has had a worse squad around him, and he's got some crazy scoring outputs. Most notably his 70-point game. But it's actually funny though, between Booker and Mitchell, they have the same exact career 3-point percentage at 35.4, and their 2-point percentage is also very close at 48.5 for Mitchell and 49.4 for Booker. So they got like very, very similar numbers. But I personally think Booker's got potential to have a better career than Donovan Mitchell, but it's real close. I mean, it could totally flip the other way. It's real close, but right now I got my money on Devin Booker. He's got 22 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds, career numbers. That's nice. We saw him explode in the bubble. Still wasn't enough to get in the playoffs, but that wasn't really his fault because they went 8-0. I mean, I guess maybe it was before the bubble. That's their fault, but they did their part, but just other teams didn't lose. And honestly, this year he's got CP3. Ayton is a year older, and the Suns are. I mean, when I wrote the script, the Suns were tied for first in the West. A lot of things have changed since then, but they're still pretty high up. And I think the Suns should make the playoffs this year. No excuse not to. They got the squad, they got the coaching because Monty Williams is a good coach, and Booker is the face of that team. So I think this is the year where Booker leaps from 6 to maybe 4. Because I think that top 3 is kind of hard to crack, but I think that's the year where he can make his leave. So that's why I got it 6. And real quick, Jaylin, before we get to number 5, I want to say my number 5 before you because I really want to see if we're going to keep getting the same person.
Okay, yeah, it's good.
No, you go, John. You set it off.
All right, so for number 5, y'all. So I'm going with who Ben has at number 6, man. I'm going with Trae Young, man. The shooter, Ben. Like you hit it on the nail. That man can shoot the lights out and is insane, y'all. Like currently right now, he's shooting 24 points per game, 8 assists, 4 rebounds, shooting 41% from the field, and right now shooting 29% from the 3. But I'm not really worried. Only 11 games into the season. But what I really want to bring up is the fact. Is last season, right? He was 21 last season, and he averaged 29 points per game, 9 assists, 4 rebounds, shot 43% from the field, shot 36% from the 3-point line. He led the East in assists, was second in the entire league behind LeBron James for assists. He led he was second in the East for scoring behind Giannis, right? And it's like, okay, Giannis is definitely going to the Hall of Fame. LeBron is definitely going to the Hall of Fame. And we're talking about a 21-year-old that is like right there, right behind him, putting up crazy numbers, y'all. So like, I was mind blown by his season last season, and that's why I had to put him in my 5th spot. And the reason why I have him over Booker is because the man is making history. I get it. D Book is also making history, scoring that 70 points, but like, this type of history is just insane. Like we're comparing a 21-year-old to GOAT James. We're comparing a 21-year-old to like potentially GOAT Giannis. You know what I'm saying? That's just crazy to me. I understand his team doesn't win, but at 21 to do that, like you can't overlook that. And he had to make my top 5. Who you guys got in the top 5?
Man, I asked to go before Jaylin because I wanted to try to see if I could say a name before somebody else said it, but that's not going to work because I got Trae Young at 5 as well. Man, that's a bad kid, right? Because he's only 22. And he's got, like you said, his career numbers are 23 points, 9 assists, and 4 rebounds. He's almost averaging a double-double, and he's coming into this league. And, like, he's a small dude, too. Like, he's just skilled. This year, he's up to 26 points, 8 assists, and 4 rebounds. Like, that's a bad dude. Honestly. And I think this year is going to be critical for him because I believe now they have enough of a squad to make the playoffs in the East. And he's in his 3rd season now, so he's got more experience, a better squad. Like I said for BI, I kind of gave him an ultimatum. I'm kind of giving one to Trae Young. Not that he hasn't proved anything yet, but I think that he's got no excuse not to make the playoffs this year. Obviously, granted, everybody stays healthy, but he's got no excuse not to make the playoffs. So I think that he's just gonna get better. And this year, because they got Rondo on that squad, they got that veteran leadership as well that he can kind of learn from and help him grow as a player, as a point guard specifically. So that's why I got a 5.
For me, I got Devin Booker at 5. And I think, man, Devin Booker, just personally, I love the way he plays. That's probably partly because I'm a Kobe fan, and he kind of getting there. You know what I'm saying? So, but his numbers his scoring's a little down, right? But he's still super efficient. But it makes sense because guess what? Like they're winning, right? Like they're actually doing well. And shout out to Chris Paul. This dude has great leadership, but I kind of put him above just Trae Young just off the fact of like he's way more efficient with his scoring. Trae Young can dribble the ball a little too much, but like Devin Booker, it's like pump fake, one dribble, step back, like just cash. Like it's just easy, right? Yeah, it's just nothing. Like the dude in the bubble with like shot clock, he's like, oh, I'm just gonna pull it from half court like it's nothing, like he can just do it. Like very like instinctual player, like doesn't really need much, and I think that's an amazing quality. He's super young too, and like I agree, there's no excuse for him not to make the playoffs, and he's gonna be a face of this league for a while. So that's why I have him. What about you, Jaylin?
I put Trae Young too. Trae Young at my number 5 spot. You know, he's a walking buck, 30 points per game last season almost, and he was an all-star starter. He has the Curry potential. I feel like me personally, I tell my friends all the time, they call me stupid. I say that he might be better than Curry in like 3 to 5 years. That's just me personally. I feel.
I mean, I feel that. I low key feel that. I'm not gonna lie to you. We just gotta see.
It's a bold claim. I don't know if we'll have like more championships or like the same amount of championships as Curry. Probably
depends
not.
if KD's gonna join him.
Oh my god! But
two-time MVP, bro. That's tough.
That would be unstoppable.
Yeah.
I feel like for me personally, the one concern I have about Trae Young is burnout. I feel like he'll get just tired of the load being on him so much that he's the primary ball handler, the primary everything. He's like more than 60% of the offense comes through him, and that's tiring, especially for a 22-year-old that's just coming into the league. This is only his 3rd year in the league, and he's amazing. He's a walking buck. That's all I gotta say. He's my favorite young player in the league, and yeah, that's all I gotta say.
Yeah, and it wouldn't be a Clutch Talk episode if I did not make up a rumor about a player going to the Lakers. So I think that when he goes to the Lakers, he's going to alleviate that load manage. He's going to alleviate that load manage when he's got AD in there, LeBron's fading into the sunset into retirement, and we got Trae Young and AD. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, now I know you're a true Laker fan because we all be making those rumors.
I know, everybody.
Giannis next year, bro.
Giannis. I know you're seeing Luka Doncic edits as well.
All right.
Never know.
All right. So moving on to number 4. Before I get into number 4, real quick, who had Donovan Mitchell at 6 again? Raise your hand.
I had him at 7.
I had him at 6.
You had him
at 7 too, Jaylin. We got the same list.
7.
So please explain to me what you two are thinking when you put him at 7, because I got D Mitch at 4. I got him at 4.
Wait a second. Something doesn't add up. Something doesn't add up here.
How?
You want me to take this one, John?
I can think of 4 better players than Donovan Mitchell that he should not be a 4.
Ben, go ahead. Ben, tell him what you think. I'm gonna talk after Ben. Go ahead,
dude. Bro, okay. First of all, he's like the Jazz are balling this year, and you tell me on the Jazz team, name someone besides Joe Ingles and Rudy Gobert, right?
No.
Mike Conley.
But okay, yeah, I forgot about Mike Conley. No, Mike Conley's nice, right? Mike Conley's nice, but their team is so amazing because Donovan Mitchell is just so good at just playing in that. Like their team is not that nice, right? But they're second in the West, and it's all because of Donovan Mitchell. And bro, first of all, his athleticism is insane. Like the dude is just ridiculous, right?
It's sneaky.
His potential. Yeah, it's sneaky, right? So he's way more athletic than pretty much every person you've listed after Donovan Mitchell. So he already has it, and you can't train that, right? Like that's just born athleticism. And then everything else, he's working on his skills. His handles keep getting better. His jump shot keeps getting better, and their team is stacked. And he's willing to play in a system too. He's willing to let Mike Conley take the ball up, not be like a James Harden, say like, give me the ball hog the whole time, and it doesn't work out. He's like a team player. And at a young age to have that is amazing. And dude, their team, bro, I can't even. Dude, John, you got that. You can end it, bro. He's clutch.
He's very clutch. But to add to that, I want to ask you guys a question. What other rookie do you know that comes into a team that is just lost their star player in Gordon Hayward, and they're supposed to suck, and averages 20 points per game, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, shoots 35% from deep, 43% from the field, leads them to the playoffs, knocks off Westbrook and Paul George and Melo out of the playoffs, and in Game 6, elimination game, puts 38 points. Dog. I was looking at Basketball Reference. The only other person that I found, I didn't look at every single player, but I looked at like all the stars nowadays, like AD, Giannis, LeBron. The only other player that I know that I saw that averaged 20 points per game their rookie year was LeBron. He came in and did that.
Trey.
Right? He what?
What was Trey at?
I didn't. I only checked like the stars, like the ADs, LeBron, the Giannis.
Okay.
Right. So yeah. So currently, right now, he's averaging like
19.
So
Trey averaged 19.
There you go.
My man Ben brought the facts.
Currently, Donovan Mitchell is at 23 points per game, 5 assists, 3 rebounds, shooting 40% from the field, 35% from deep. And in 4 years that he's been in the league, he's never averaged below 20 points per game. Like, never, not once, dog. Never once did he ever shoot 34% or below from the three-point line. And the reason why I have him over Young, right, is because they both are great shooters, they both are great players. But D. Mitch takes his team to the playoffs every year. As a rookie, took him to the playoffs, took him to the second round, got knocked out. Okay.
Well, they had Rudy Gobert on that team too. He came into a better team.
But dude, that average is 11 points and 11 rebounds.
11 rebounds, bro. That's solid.
But Donovan Mitchell was putting 20 points per game, and on the elimination game, that everybody knows, in the elimination game, your best player shows up, and if your best player doesn't show up, you're out. You're bummed. He came up with 38 points on Westbrook.
Damn, looking like Omarion out there.
Y'all, this is crazy to me. And I just, but you know what? I'm going to shut up. I want to hear what Jaylin and Junior got to say. And I really want y'all to talk to me as to why D. Mitch, well, say your players, and I want to hear why your player is better than D. Mitch.
Look, so I'm going to say this real quick. First of all, I know me and Jalen are going to have the same player, but I just to make it completely clear, the fact that I had Mitchell at 7 is not a knock on Mitchell. Is that there's just so much talent that it's tough. Like I said, 5 through 15 is just splitting hairs. Before my number 4, you said somebody was a walking double-double, and you mislabeled because that walking double-double is Karl Anthony Towns, my friend. The guy is a monster. He's been on a bad team his whole career, but individually he gets it done. He was Rookie of the Year in 2016. He's a career averages. His entire career is 22 points and 12 boards. And he can shoot. He's 57% from the field, 40% from 3 as a big man. 40% from 3. The best shooters in the league, period, are 40% from 3. Close to 40%, right? Unless you have, Curry. I think Curry one season was like 50 or something crazy like that. But Curry's just in another stratosphere. But the best shooters in the league are in the 40s. He's at 40%. And I think with D'Lo now, they're going to be able to do more with this squad. It's a little tough in the West. He's coming off an injury. They only saw him play 35 games last season. But it's going to be a pivotal year for him. If he can get the Wolves into the 8th seed, that's all I'm asking. 8th seed, I see that as a high achievement because the West is just so stacked that even, with the roster that they have, 8th seed might seem far-fetched. But honestly, I think this one might be a situation eventually, if this doesn't get figured out, that you might have to go elsewhere to get a ring, though, kind of like another big man from the Timberwolves did, and that was Kevin Garnett. But I think I'll mark it, but you look at Anthony Davis, we knew Anthony Davis was getting it done, but he was in New Orleans. How many people watch New Orleans Pelicans basketball? Not that many, right? So you take him out, you put him in a big market, and he gets it done. And I think that it's going to be the same thing with Karl Anthony Towns. He is like that. But tell me, I know Jalen's going to agree with me. I know he's going to agree with me.
Well, I'm for sure agreeing with you. I put Cat at my number 4 spot too. He has been hurt a lot, and like you say all the time, the best ability is availability. He only played 3 games this season, but he has been the number 1 spot at the 24 under stage for a minute. He was the Rookie of the Year. He's an All-Star rookie year, sophomore year, and almost his whole career, and he's been proving that. And I just feel like him and D'Lo are going to make a difference in Minnesota, and Ricky Rubio is a good addition too, because now I feel like Cat's going to be touching the ball a little more in position that he's not going to have to force up a dumb shot. So I feel like this is going to be a learning process for them. But at the end of the day, they might be a playoff team.
It's tough in the West. If it was the East, for sure, no doubt. But in the West, it's a little tougher. But honestly, I think the addition of Ricky Rubio is good because something I've always said, D'Angelo Russell, yeah, he's a 1 guard, but he's really a 2 guard. He's a scoring type of guard. And I think that if we got somebody else doing the facilitating and D'Angelo Russell doing the scoring, it's going to help him improve. So I think we'll see an improved season from D'Angelo Russell, which in turn is going to lift the whole team. It's like a rising tide rises all ships, right? Or however the saying goes. So I genuinely think that we'll see Karl-Anthony Towns improve, just continue his beast form into, just more beast. But that's who I got it for, man. But I'm really curious.
Like said, though,
Go ahead.
He might have to get traded, like you said, because
he
might
not
get
win a ring. I think so. Because
I hope him and D'Lo. I think even shout out D'Lo, bro, because he's not on my top 10, but I love D'Lo. He's so swaggy.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, if D'Lo would have stayed consistently, like if he would have stayed on the Nets and kept playing like how he was, he probably would have made my list. But it's because the man hasn't had any consistency. He's gone from the Lakers to the Nets to the Warriors to the Timberwolves. So he just never had the consistency. But shout out D'Lo.
Yeah, no, D'Lo's nice. D'Lo's
all
nice.
right.
But I'm real curious about your top 3 now because
I'm confused.
I am too, because I think somebody's leaving out a big player. I'm confused with John too.
Bro, John, you leaving out a big player, bro.
No,
don't worry.
At least one. This is going to have a 0 spot.
Watch.
I'm trying to see.
All right. Wait, Ben, you said your 4th already, right?
Yeah.
D Mitch. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm glad me and Ben are the 2 sane ones here. All right. So moving on to my number 3, I got that boy, man. That guy. I got Jason Tatum, the 22-year-old man who, as a rookie, took the challenge of guarding LeBron James in the Eastern Conference Finals. Who, like I mentioned with Jaylen Brown, has been to the Eastern Conference Finals 3 times before the age of 23. Currently, right now, he's averaging 26 points per game, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, shooting 47% from the field, 43% from deep. His last year in the playoffs, his playoff stats were 25 points per game, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, shooting 40% from deep. While and like how Brandon Ingram, he took on the role of being the best player on the team. So in this last playoffs, he was clearly the best player. They were game planning against JT, and the man killed him. Was killing out there. And he last year in the playoffs, he led the Celtics in scoring, rebounds, and blocks. And another thing I want to bring up is like Jason Tatum is a great decision maker. Like out of the pick and roll, he is an absolute great decision maker. And another reason that I have him so high up is Jason Tatum is one of those players, kind of like how Devin Booker is. If like you run your play, you run your play, okay, everything fails. The defense shut everything down. 2 seconds, 3 seconds left. Just give him the ball. Watch him. Just give him the ball. Get out the way. A step back, a side step, or something, and it's gonna go in. Watch the Celtics. That's what he do. Like if the play doesn't pan through, Brad Stevens says, "Get out the way. Give it to Jason Tatum," and somehow, some way, it goes in. So man, I had to have him there because. Go ahead, Ben.
Nah, you a sane man, bro. That's why you my dude. I had the same dude, bro.
I had to put him over Donovan Mitchell because I understand that he is in the East, but he takes his team further in the playoffs. And man, I think it's insane for to be to 3 conference finals before the age of 23. Like that's crazy to me. And be the best almost every year besides when Kyrie was on the team, he was the best player on the team when he was at that conference finals, and he performed great, y'all. So, that's why I had to put him at number 3, man. Who you guys got?
I got him too, bro. I got him too, man. To be honest, I just want to add to it really quick because you already hit so many great points. But the dude, man, if y'all want to know how to do it between cross, go watch Jason Tatum. He has the meanest. It's crazy. And so, man, I think too his team's great. I think his coaching, they've really coached him up. Like they've really trusted him and put their time in him. Brad Stevens, amazing dude, and like he just got this clutch factor that like he just wants the spotlight. And then we got the same birthday, so I had to go with him. March 3rd, baby. It's the dub, but. Yeah, I just think he's amazing. He's definitely going to be the face of the league, like no doubt. And what I love about him is he's very athletic, but he doesn't need to use his athleticism, which shows that he can maintain that over time, which I think is great, that he can keep doing what he's doing. He doesn't have to change his game. And he's just amazing. But yeah, what about you, Junior or Jaylin?
Yeesh, man. I will not get to this list now, which I was saying the name first, but I got JT as well. Man, I mean, every time I see Tatum hoop, I think I should have been the Lakers GM because I don't know how you pass on Tatum to get Lonzo Ball, but that ship has sailed. And to be honest with you, he'd probably be gone for AD anyway, and I would take AD any day of the week and twice on Sunday. But that's not to say Jason Tatum isn't nice. Like, that's beside the point. He's super smooth. He's a walking bucket. He's been in the Eastern Conference Finals, I think. I thought he had gone twice, but I think John said it was 3 times. So, and I get that it's the East, but that's still impressive, man. Like, he's been the face of the Celtics team and will continue to be until he leaves, honestly. Like, any player who's better than him now wouldn't get traded, right? So it's his squad until he doesn't want it to be his squad anymore, honestly. And, you know, he's putting up 27 points, 4 assists, and 7 boards this season, and he's got the Celtics tied for the best record in the East, you know, or at least they were when I wrote this. So they're so, I mean, Jason Tatum is so smooth, and he's a big Kobe guy too. Like, man, just for that, like I had to put him in my top 3 because he just, remember, he always talks about how Kobe was a big inspiration to him, and I see, you know, like he models his game after Kobe too, which is so like just goes out there and gets it done. You know what I mean? So I like JT. Like, I mean, he's like, honestly, if it wasn't for Jason Tatum, I wouldn't even be like, I mean, I don't like the Celtics, period. But I wouldn't even be watching the Celtics if it wasn't for Jason Tatum. Like, he is like that. He is nice. He's nice.
Well, for me, I put JT as well. We all got number 3 in the same spot, and me and Junior have had the same list.
Since number 9, it's crazy, man.
But I don't have too much to say about him because you guys said a lot about him already, and which are all amazing topics and stuff. But one thing I have to say is that he started off in the league at 6'7". He's now like 6'10".
Come on, dog.
Crazy,
Come on.
bro. They have kids.
He's a KD type player. He's gonna be 7 foot when he's like 25. So
come on.
Why can't I keep
Hey,
going,
who else did that, man? Who else grew like that?
AD.
My boy Anthony Davis.
yeah.
And you see what he's doing now. He's a big man that can handle the rock and he can get pretty much everything done. Imagine a power forward Jason Tatum, like a fully fledged power forward Jason Tatum.
He's
Jeez.
power forward too. He's now power forward.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying like just fully fledged. Like that's what he does, power forward and center. Like, man,
No one can go
that
right.
is.
All right. So, man, I'm really excited for these top 2. I'm real excited.
I'm confused.
I'm gonna say someone who I think everyone has said, and I'm surprised that you guys had him so high up on your list. At my number 2, I got Karl Anthony Towns. I don't know how you guys. Yes.
Bro,
Yes.
Hold on. There were 3 players left. There were 3 players left, and I said, I know. And then as soon as you said Jason Tatum, I'm like, all right. So you got 2 spots left, but there's 3 great players. But I know you're gonna leave out one of them, and I knew you were gonna leave out Karl Anthony Towns.
No, how can I leave out Karl?
Junior, hey,
No.
let's go, bro.
I'm scared now.
Yeah.
Junior, can I private message you and just ask you who you have? Because I'm just confused, bro.
Okay,
Bro.
check this out.
No.
Check this out. Listen to why I have Karl Anthony Towns, okay? I have Karl Anthony Towns in the second spot because check this out. We are talking about a 7 foot. Junior said a lot of this. Junior hit a lot of it on her nail. We're talking about a 7 foot center who brings the ball down court oftentimes. Okay, not like Bam, just sometimes brings the ball. No, he's the best player on the team and has been the best player on the team since he's stepped foot in Minnesota. Right, he's been the best player on the team. The 6 years that he's been in the NBA, the man has. Remember, he's a center. He's not a shooting guard. He's a center. The 6 years that he's been in the NBA, he has never shot below 36% from the 3-point line. That is absolutely insane.
Nuts.
Let's listen.
Crazy.
Check this out too. Check this out. Again, a center has never shot below 50% from the field. 6 years in the NBA. Has never had under 10 rebounds. So that means that every single year, the man has had a double-double. Every single year, he's been the best player. And again, just like Sabonis and just like Jamal Murray, my guy Junior, what is the best type of ability?
Oh, very low ability.
Exactly. Man, the first 3 years that he played in the NBA, 3 years, he played all 82 games. Nobody
Okay.
does that anymore. Nobody does that. That was like a 2000s thing. Nobody does it. The first 3 years, he played all 82 games. His 4 years, he missed 3 games. This season he only played 3 games because due to his wrist injury. But last season, the man had 26 points per game, 11 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 blocks, 41% from the 3-point line. 41 as a center, not a shooting guard. This is absurd. How is he not number 2 in your guys' list?
Bro.
No,
Check this out. How many centers? Name me how many centers has done that has played for been available, played like 3 seasons, all 82 games, shot 41% from the 3-point line, never shot under 36% from the 3-point line in his career, never shot under 50% from the field, and has been the best player, a double every single year. How
Hey, you have great points.
And we're not knocking. We're not knocking Karl Anthony Towns. Like Karl Anthony Towns is a beast. I said it. It's the reason we're appalled. The reason we're appalled is not because Karl Anthony Towns is number 2. It's because
I think you missed someone.
I didn't miss anybody. I didn't miss anybody.
John, I really think you just missed him.
Say her too.
Nikola Jokic.
Get him out of here, Blood. Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
Wait. John, let me ask you this. Does 20 points per game, right? 10 rebounds and 7 assists sound good? Right? That sounds pretty good, right?
Not better than anybody I have on this list.
No, but let me ask you, right? This man is now averaging a triple-double with 24 points. He increased everything.
Not better than anybody. I'll take every player.
How do you have
on this list.
Jamal Murray over Nikola?
DeMontis Sabonis?
I'm taking DeMontis Sabonis.
Listen.
The Joker?
It's not even. It's crazy. Like if you had Karl Anthony Towns over Nikola Jokic, I would be shocked. But I could even understand maybe because you're talking about career-wise. But to not even have Nikola Jokic in your top 10, if you actually asked me to make a list just of this season, Nikola Jokic would actually be number 1 just this season. Like, he has been so nice. He's already a top passing big man of all time. He's already up there. We're talking about big man and passing.
I'll take Marc Gasol over him.
No, but I'm saying he's up there already, right? And he's got potential to be a top center of all time. It's tough because there's so many great centers in history, right? You think Shaq, Hakeem, Wilt, Bill Russell, but he's got potential to be there with them. His career numbers so far are 17 points, 6 assists, and 10 boards, which are good numbers, but he's significantly improved these numbers already. This season, he's at 26 points, 11 assists, and 12 rebounds. That is insane.
In 11 games?
He's not a walking double-double, my guy. He's a walking triple-double. His court vision is insane. You can't measure court vision. Like, that doesn't show up on the stat sheet. Look at the plays he makes, man. LeBron makes these plays. The IQ level for a guy who's 23, 24 to do that is insane. And let's not even recency stuff, man. He overcame a 3-1 deficit against the Jazz, and then against the freaking Clippers, man. Like,
absolutely.
No, I get it. I know. But no one can beat the Lakers. But no one can beat the Lakers. I get it. But listen, nobody can beat the Lakers, right? He went up against Anthony Davis, who's the best big man in the league. Nobody could beat the Lakers. And he overcame 3-1 deficits. And yes, Murray played great, but Jokic is that franchise. There's not enough good things to say about him. He did it in the regular season. He did it in the postseason. And honestly, like I said, if the list was just about this season, he'd be number 1. He's averaging a triple-double when he's getting it done. I mean, that man, I am appalled. You left him out of your top 10. We're DeMontis Sabonis.
I'm shocked.
Hey,
I'm sure.
Dude.
The nerve, the audacity.
Bro.
Talk to. Is that you guys? That's your 2 for all you guys?
Yes.
No, but talk, Jaylin, Ben. Tell me you agree with me here.
I have to agree. I mean, he led his team to the Western Conference Finals.
and then got exposed.
He got
By the
exposed.
Lakers, though. The Lakers are one of the best teams of all time.
But now
AD is
everyone
the
knows
best
how to
defender.
play him. Everyone
Yes,
knows how
but-
to play him. Just be fit. My guy, you had Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard
Who's
exposed
just
him.
pure muscle.
How is Carl Anthony Towns done in the playoffs?
Look at his team. Does he have a Jamal Murray?
I'm just.
Does he
I'm
have a
just-
Jeremy
I was just
Grant?
wondering. I'm just wondering.
But man, it could be comparable, man. D'Lo's got the potential to be like Jamal Murray. D'Lo and Jamal Murray aren't actually that far from each
Potential
other,
and
to be
doing
honest with
it
you.
are two different things.
No, but they're not that far
like
from each other.
12th. They like 12th right now, bro.
They're not far from each other, man.
so.
Like they really have something very analogous to Denver, except Denver is good. Like, but like I'm not even like again. I'm not even shocked because of Karl Anthony Towns. I'm shocked because he's not in your top 10.
Yeah,
Man,
that's what
I'm
shocked
sorry.
about, bro.
I'm sorry, Jaylin. I cut you off, man. Keep
Oh,
going.
you did. You already hit all my points. I want to see what they have to say about it.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm shocked. Dude, he's shooting 40% from the 3-point. Like everything you said about Karl Anthony Towns, he does that. Like that's what I'm shocked about. And he's done it at a high level where he's in the playoffs winning. And sure, he got exposed. That's the whole point of this, right? They're young players. They can learn. He's definitely like he just stays out of shape, bro. I don't get it.
Yeah,
Like him and our number one guy, like they're just out of shape people. But I mean, the number one dude that I hope we all have. I'm just worried about John now.
John's
He's out of
telling
shape
you, bro.
too. But I think what's crazy about Nick that I said about Jason Tatum, and the reason I put him over is that he runs the team. He's an amazing passer. He can really stretch the floor. And I think on top of that, his game does not need to change. Sure, he needs to get stronger. Sure, he needs to learn how to guard better. But at the same time, he does not have to. He just doesn't rely on his athleticism like someone like a person that always needs to dunk the ball or someone that always needs to just turn around and lay it in. He's like the next level of a big.
Mm-hmm.
As a center of your team, that's ridiculous. And so that's what I'm shocked about. But let's talk about
All
the
right.
number one, bro.
All right, so
Man.
let's get to this number one. All right, man. So for the one everybody's here waiting for, everybody's excited for, number one. And we were talking earlier, and I hope Judah doesn't have a surprise for us, but I'm gonna go ahead and kick off my number one. I gotta go with the coldest white boy in the league. I mean, he's not from America. He's from wherever Yugoslavia.
Doug
wherever he's from.
McDermott.
No, not Doug McDermott.
He said that.
I'm going with the coldest white boy in the league. I'm going with Luka Doncic,
What?
the man who at 20, not even at 21, at 20 years old, led the entire league in triple doubles with 14. He's the only player in NBA history to have 20 or more triple doubles by the age of 21. His last year, his stat line of having 28 points per game, 9 rebounds, 8 assists. Only two other players have did that throughout a whole season. Oscar Robinson, which he did that 3 times, and Westbrook. But Luka is by far, by 2 years, the youngest to have a stat line like that. Last year in the playoffs, when he played against the Clippers, his stat line of 31 points per game, 10 rebounds, 8 assists, 36% from deep is insane. And like again, like I cannot emphasize the fact that literally last year the man wasn't even old enough to go to the bar. Like if his friends went out, he just had to stay in the hotel. The man was 20 years old. We are all like me and everyone here is way older than 20. And like, I don't know, man. I used to watch Luka Doncic last year and say, where did I go wrong in life? And like, what happened? Because this man is 20 years old.
And 6'8", so don't be so hard on yourself.
Torching.
You're doing great, John.
Absolutely torching the league, y'all. He led last year in the playoffs, and currently he's leading the Mavs in scoring, rebounding, assists, and steals. Again, at 20 freaking 1. How is this even a thing? And again, the reason why I have Luka Doncic over Cat is because, man, like we're talking about like a potential MVP. The man could have been MVP at 20 years old. Like that's insane.
Yeah.
Like
Man.
when Derrick Rose got MVP, he was 22, and he was like, and people their minds was blown. They were like, "Oh my God, this is the youngest MVP of all time." He could have did like 2 whole years younger than him. Man, Luka Doncic is my guy. He is like how Junior says. I always bring this up when I talk about Luka Doncic. You know, Junior used to go to a lot of Lakers games when that was a thing, when COVID wasn't around.
I know, man.
And Junior used to always say, like, Luka Doncic is not fast. He's not quick. He is just like he's just crafty. Like every move he makes is just crafty. And he might be one of my cook him up, huh, Ben? He might be one of my favorite players to watch behind Jason Tatum. But he's just like, come on, dog. Like Luka is my guy, and I'm gonna probably jump through this camera if not everyone in this list doesn't have Luka Doncic.
Man,
so go ahead, Junior.
Get ready to jump real quick because
Stop.
I gotta tell you something. First of all, Ben said we're talking about Jokic is he's a little bit, he's a little big bone, thick guy. Doncic is the thick guy. We're forgetting the king and thick guys. Pause. We're forgetting the king and thick guys. Thick players. And you're talking about doing it at 20. How about 19? I got my boy Six Van Exel, Taylor Horton Tucker. Taylor Horton Tucker.
Get him out
Taylor Horton
of here.
Tucker is the truth, man. Six Van Exel in the flesh, man.
Championship.
Yeah, he's got a ring, man. You talking about Luka wasn't old enough to drink? THC was 19. He couldn't even drink his celebration champagne, man. No, but I got Luka as well, man. But hey, THC's making some noise. You make this list in a year or two, I think he's gonna be up there.
If we get like a top 200 under,
no, man, he's a hater, man. THC is nice. THC is nice, but honestly, man, yeah, it's Luka Doncic. What do I need to say? He's insane. He's only 21. He's been able to do so far. It's crazy, like you said. He's averaging 25 points, 7 assists, 9 rebounds as a career numbers. This year, he's at 28, 8, and 9. He's almost triple-double this year. Nikola Jokic is the triple-double this year, by the way, just in case. You don't have him in your top 10. But second, man, we saw what he literally took 2 games off the Clippers, mostly by himself. He didn't have Porzingis from one of them. He hit a shot. He hit that buzzer beater in overtime, and he said, "This is my explicit." I can't say that on this family appropriate podcast, but he said, "This is mine, man." You got a 20-year-old saying that, woof, man, and like you said, he's super crafty. He doesn't use his speed to get around you. It's his change of direction. It's like, what can he not do? I went to go actually watch him play live, and it's just crazy, man. He put up a triple-double, and I'm like, he wasn't out there banging over people, area's finest, any of that stuff. Like, he was just getting it done. He's crafty, man. Not to mention, Rookie of the Year award as well. That was by a mile, too. And Trae Young was nice, man. Trae Young was 5th on my list. He was on all of our top 10s. If you keep that player out of the Rookie of the Year award, how nice do you have to be, right? I mean, some people still don't believe the hype, but Luka is like that. He's got potential to be GOAT, a top 10 player of all time. We'll see what he does, but right now, like, he's on the trajectory. He is insane. He's insane. I asked for Taylor Horton Tucker, but he's insane.
Well, for me, I put Luka too. Yeah, but I put Luka too. I guess like how the league is just being kind of run by these young European guys. Like Giannis came over here from Greece and he's killing it. The Joker came from where? Russia, Slovakia, something like that. And Luka comes from Slovenia.
Yeah,
they're all just killing it. They're all doing that European game of just slow, calm, collected, but they have amazing IQ. And that's what Luka has, showing at only 21 years old, 20 years old. And his potential is crazy. He might be an MVP this year. That's what people are talking about. And it's only been a couple games in, but that was since last season. They've been talking about how he might get the MVP. So let's just see how he does this season, and let's just keep on watching him. I guess that's all you can do. What do you think?
Witnessing history.
That's. You guys said everything. I don't have anything else to say. I just hope he gets players around him that he can really go to the chip. I want to see it for him. I love rooting against him. It's so sick, bro. Mark Cuban, man, Dude, that man just loves white European men. but man, bro, he be finding these gems. Like it's ridiculous. Like right when like Dirk leaves, like you just get Luka and then Kristaps. Like it's amazing. So
Speaking the same
Man.
language.
You trying to see Ben? You trying to see Luka get a chip? You know where you get that at, right?
The
Cover Basketball
Clippers.
Records. The Clippers. I said
I'm
championship.
just messing. I'm just messing.
Man. That's fine. But hey, real quick though, before we leave, like we gotta just take some time and talk about if this player could have stayed healthy, he would have been on this list, and that's Kristaps Porzingis, man. Like we gotta hope that he could just keep a couple of healthy seasons because he's solid and he deserves to be on the list. He's got the potential to be on there.
I have a question for you guys. This is kind of off topic, off like 20 the NBA under 25 list, but what do y'all think about the James Harden trade? Honestly,
That just
it's not gonna work.
Upside down. That's not gonna work either.
it's not
It's not
gonna
gonna work.
Well, we're gonna need another hour to talk about this, man.
I know.
James, I don't even know how James Harden. That man is being petty right now,
Man, it's
I
a
know.
moment.
crying about trying to. I don't know.
I think he knew this was gonna happen. Like yesterday when he said this, like basically his farewell speech at that interview. He was like, "I've done everything I can for this city." Like he knew all this was gonna happen because that speech was literally a farewell speech. That was crazy.
It was pre-written.
Let me say something real quick though. James Harden ran into the Warriors year after year after year, and he said, "Run it back, run it back, run it back." He ran into the Lakers once, and he said, "I'm out of here. Get me to the East."
That Lakers.
Man. And then it was fitting that it was right after the Lakers beat him that LeBron hit that three. They're like, "All right, let's form a super team."
I know who I'm playing on 2K now, though. I'll tell you that.
Oh man,
On paper, they're amazing, but
I know.
I don't know if they're gonna work.
Yeah, on paper for sure they got the best roster in the league, but the game's not played on paper. You know,
it's gonna get real toxic over there. It's gonna get real toxic.
Yeah, they said that's
we need a lot of sage. A lot of sage, bro.
That's crazy. Kyrie's got to come in with Sage literally every single day to practice.
James Harden, bro. Hey, bro.
Real quick.
Man, but there you have it, everybody. I appreciate all you guys coming on here. Ben, you were a freaking amazing guest. You had a great list. Besides the fact that you put Nikola Jokic in there, that's terrible. That's terrible. But Ben,
my guy's like, "This is my hill. This is my sword. There's no way I'm getting off of it."
Thank you very much, Ben, for coming on, man, and we look forward to bringing you on for more episodes. As always, y'all, I'm gonna put Ben's Instagram right here, right on his little bubble. So y'all go ahead and follow that Insta. Yeah, there you go, right there, Ben. Show them where. I'm gonna put it right there, man. And so y'all go ahead and go follow Ben. Same thing with Junior's Instagram. I'm gonna put Junior's Instagram right there in his little bubble, and y'all go follow him. I'll put Jaylin's Instagram right there. And as always, man, I'm gonna put the Clutch Talks Instagram right here on this bubble. And y'all follow the Clutch Talk Instagram, man. That's where we leave all the updates for all episodes, all future episodes, and everything that we're gonna do. And I hope y'all enjoy this list, man. This is a fun episode. And stay tuned, man, because we got more coming for next week. But for now, that's it, y'all. Thank y'all for coming in, man. Any last words y'all gotta say?
We got some.
I appreciate y'all.
Stay tuned.
Hey, but only real thing, John, is just watch some Nikola Jokic highlights when you get some time. Watch some Nikola Jokic game. He might crack your top 10.
I'll send you some.
Some highlights.
All right, y'all. All right, it's fun having y'all on, man. I'll see y'all later.
I appreciate it.
All right, y'all. Hold on.